Hi, I'm going to be teaching you how I came up with the dance that I did for Dale Candela. It's really simple, but it's also fun, and I try to make it fun for the members as well. The first part of the song, when you hear it, it goes Dale, Dale Candela, Dale, Dale Candela. And I consider that the chorus. So right away, I'll listen to the whole song once through, and then I'll see how many times I hear that one part, which is Dale, Dale Candela, Dale, Dale Candela. Now, I'm also listening for how the music changes or if there's little nuances in there. For instance, in Dale, Dale Candela, he goes up in pitch. Now, for me, I would think that that's a little bit more fun and we could put variations on that. So that's why I go Dale, Dale Candela, and that's why I bring up the leg, because it goes up with the A. So I would listen to the whole song and write down every time I heard the chorus. Well, when you write it down, you hear the chorus 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Once you get the choreography for the chorus, you have almost half the song done. So then we go back and listen to the song again. When I hear the song again, I'm looking for something else besides the chorus. So the first thing I hear right after the chorus is dun 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 dun. So I listen the whole time through, and I hear how many times do I hear that in the song? Well, when I hear that particular section of how he sings the words, I heard that 1, 2 times. Now, right now I'm calling it verse 1. He could be saying completely different words both times, but to me, the inflection of how he says the words are the same, so I kept it as verse 1 to make it simple. Moving on. After that, I listen to the song again. So now I already have the chorus and I have verse 1, then the chorus comes up. Then I hear something different and he goes da na 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 na. So in my head I'm thinking, ooh, that's super quick. So I also make a little note saying that's super quick. That part only happens one time in the whole song. But I call that verse 2. It's different than the verse 1s, so I call it verse 2. Then the very last time I listen to the song to get all my nuances down, there's one extra part, and I'll call that the bridge because it ties all these things together to end the song. The bridge, I make a little note saying the roof is on fire because he says the roof is on fire. So that makes it easy right there to remember that part. So once I have all that written down, the song breaks down as chorus, verse 1, chorus, verse 2. That's the one that sounds different than verse 1. Then we have chorus, go back to verse 1. Then we have that little bridge that makes it, ooh, something special and different. And then we end the song with the chorus. So then, that is when I start thinking up all my dances. We have verse 1, I wrote a little note to myself, fun. Now I'm a school teacher, so I take things that I've learned from all around life in order to make my dances. Verse 1 is fun, because he goes, na, 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 and I picture my little kids at school, na, 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 na. But I don't want to make it silly like that for my members at the gym. So I take it and I tone it down, and I just do a little step touch. And that's more like da na 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 na. Now to make it more interesting, you could keep it here, and that's what I'll tell them to do at first. And then I say, bring it forward, bring it back. And that just keeps a little bit more interesting. Now I tell people they can stay there if they want, or they can bring it forward and bring it back. So that's verse 1. Guess what? Verse 1 happens again. I've got 1, 2 verses of choreography down. That works for me. We already talked about the chorus. When I heard the inflection of his voice go up, Dale, Dale Candela, and that's why I bring up the leg. The second verse, the one that's a little bit different than verse 1, where he's quick. He goes, na 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 na. I think, oh, my body has to move quick because his voice is going quick. So I take from my friend Jenny J, because you always can learn from going by and seeing other instructors. You could take little dance steps that they impart on you because it makes it fun, and it makes it more interesting, and it gives you variations. So Jenny J and I, we work well together, and I see that she always does this move. So I said, oh my God, that fits perfect with the quick. So I threw that in there for the quick. So they would walk up and walk back, and then they do it again. Walk up, walk back. There we go. We've got now chorus, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, verse 1. Holy cow, you've got 75 to 80% of the song done because the chorus ends it. So all we need now is the bridge. So I think of the song back in, I think, 2007. Tanya B did Fuego, Fuego, the roof is on fire. And they did that song. Well, guess what? Roof is on fire. So I just throw back in a step that my members are familiar with so that they're not thrown for a loop and I'm showing them something completely different when they hear something that maybe is familiar to them as well. So I said, the roof, 4 beats. The roof is on fire. So I always throw up the number 2, the roof. Then we go 4. The roof is on fire. Shake, na, no, dina, dina, dun, 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 dun. And then I'm going to take it this way. Da, da, dun, dun, dun. Burn, burn. And then you just do that again. If you can get your bridge down, then you have the whole song down. Now, I took the bridge from another song. It always helps to take dances that you've already done and then put them in variation type forms in other songs so that your members feel comfortable, that people who come to your classes feel comfortable doing the dances and they're having fun and they feel successful at it as well. So when they do this dance, maybe they think back in their head, oh yeah, we did that in the song Fuego. Yeah, we remember that. And that makes me feel good because I see them smiling when they're dancing too. So once you have the bridge down, you have the entire song down. Now there is one little thing that I would do besides listening to the song over and over and over again. I would count beats, and that's me. So I would go for the chorus, dun, 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 that's a steady beat. So I would, while I'm listening to the song, I'd go, dale, dale, candela, 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 mami, dale, dale, candela, dale, dale, candela, mami, dale, dale, candela. And then I would separate that into 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That way I know how many times I'm gonna have to do that dance. And that, yes, it is counting. And I know that a lot of people say in Zumba you don't count. But truthfully, even though you don't realize you're counting, you are, because that was a musical phrase that I just wrote down. So when you keep that, dale, dale, candela, dale, dale, candela, dale, dale, candela, dale, dale, candela. And here's where it changes. Dale, dale, candela, mami. If you want to do something a little bit different on the word mami, then you can. Dale, dale, candela, mami, dale, dale, candela, dale, dale, candela, mami. You can do a variation if you want. I would make a little note saying mommy. I'd throw that in there. It's always good to have a visual plan before you actually decide what's going to happen. You need to write everything down before you actually even start thinking up your dance steps. This is a visual board, and then you can do your dance steps and listen, and that is how you would be able to choreograph a song.